The rest stop didn't even have a name anymore. Just a rusted green sign half swallowed by weeds, flickering sodium lights, and a bathroom building that smelled like damp concrete and old fear. I wouldn't have stopped at 3 a.m. if my eyes weren't burning and my hands weren't shaking on the steering wheel. The highway through eastern Nevada was empty. The kind of empty that makes you feel like the last person alive. I parked beneath a buzzing light and shut off the engine. That's when I saw her. She was sitting on the curb near the vending machines, barefoot, knees pulled to her chest. Too small to be out here. Too still. Her hair was tangled, catching the yellow glow like dull gold wire. At first, I thought she was a hallucination brought on by exhaustion. Then she lifted her head and looked straight at me. "Hey," I said softly, stepping out of the car. Are you okay?" She didn't answer, she just stared. Her eyes were huge, dark, and ancient in a way no child's eyes should be. I crouched a few feet away, keeping my distance. "Where are your parents?" "Nothing." I glanced around the rest stop, no other cars, no headlights on the highway, just wind rattling trash and the hum of dying lights. "You shouldn't be here alone," I said. "What's your name?" She hesitated, then stood. She was smaller than I'd thought, maybe 7 or 8. Her dress was torn at the hem, stained with something dark. She walked toward me, slow and careful, like a wounded animal deciding whether to trust. Before I could stop her, she grabbed my hand. Her fingers were ice cold. She didn't speak. Instead, she used her finger to write on my palm. The motion was frantic, uneven, like she was afraid of running out of time. "Don't let Uncle Dale find." She stopped. Her head snapped toward the highway. A sound drifted in on the wind. An engine, slow, crawling. Her face drained of color. "Who's Uncle Dale?" I whispered. She shook her head violently. Tears spilled over, silent and hot. She clutched my wrist, nails digging into my skin, begging without words. Headlights appeared in the distance. Something about the way they moved, slow, deliberate, sent a chill down my spine. "Come on," I said, standing quickly. "We're leaving?" She didn't resist. We were in the car, doors locked, engine roaring to life when a pickup truck rolled into the rest stop. Old, mud-streaked, one headlight slightly dimmer than the other. The driver didn't get out right away. The little girl ducked low in the passenger seat, trembling so hard the car shook with her. The truck door creaked open. A man stepped out, tall, broad shoulders, baseball cap pulled low. He stood under the same flickering light where she'd been sitting minutes earlier and scanned the area slowly, like a predator savoring the hunt. Then his eyes locked on my car. Even from a distance, I could feel his smile. I slammed the gas. The tires screamed as we shot back onto the highway. In the rearview mirror, I saw the pickup surge forward, engine howling. He followed. "Who is he?" I demanded, heart pounding. She pressed her forehead to the dashboard and whispered for the first time, voice barely audible. "Uncle Dale." The chase lasted 20 minutes. No other cars. No exits. Just darkness and the endless ribbon of road. He stayed back just far enough to watch, to let us know he wasn't going anywhere. My phone had no signal. "Why is he after you?" I asked. She looked at me, eyes glinting in the dashboard light. "He says I belong to him." A memory flashed through my mind. News stories, whispers about missing kids, families torn apart by relatives who were never really relatives at all. "Where are your parents?" Her jaw tightened. "Gone." "How?" She hesitated. Then, quietly, "Gold." I frowned. "What do you mean, gold?" She reached into her dress pocket and pulled out something small and heavy. A nugget. Not a trinket, not fake. Real, raw gold, glowing warmly in her palm. "He found it first," she said. "In the hills." He said it was ours. Then he said it was his. My stomach dropped. Greed does strange things to people. Turns them into monsters. The pickup closed the distance. He'll kill you, she said calmly. Like the others. Others? My voice cracked. She nodded. He always does. A plan formed in my mind, reckless and desperate. I veered off the highway onto a narrow service road leading into the hills. The truck followed without hesitation. We bounced along the dirt path until the road ended near an old mining site. Collapsed tunnels, rusted equipment, warning signs eaten by time. I stopped. Stay in the car, I told her. She grabbed my hand again. This time, she wrote something else on my palm. He won't stop until the gold is returned. I understood then. This wasn't just about escape, this was about ending it. The pickup roared in behind us. Uncle Dale stepped out, shotgun in hand, grin wide and empty. There you are, sweetheart, he called. You've been a bad girl. I stepped between him and the car. She's coming with me, I said, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounded. He laughed. You don't know what you're getting into. You killed her parents, I said. His grin faded just a little. They wouldn't share. The wind howled through the ruins like voices whispering for justice. Give it back, he said, and I'll let you walk. I reached into the car, took the nugget from the girl and held it up. Dropped the gun. He hesitated, then complied. I tossed the gold not toward him, but into the mouth of a collapsed mine shaft behind me. His scream was animalistic. He lunged. The ground beneath him gave way. Old wood snapped. Earth crumbled. He vanished into darkness, his cries cut short by a sickening thud far below. Silence followed. The girl stepped out of the car. She didn't cry. She just watched, the whole face calm, almost relieved. It's over, I said. She looked at me, then smiled for the first time. The sun was rising by the time the authorities arrived. They found bones in the mine, more than one set. Enough to close several missing persons cases. They asked me where the girl was. I looked around. She was gone. On the passenger seat where she'd been sitting lay a small smear of gold dust and one final message, etched into the leather as if by an invisible hand. Thank you. Sometimes, late at night, I still feel something warm in my palm, and I know Golden Vengeance found its peace. 4 weeks after that night, I tried to convince myself the girl had never existed. I told myself exhaustion had twisted my mind, that the bones in the mine were a coincidence, that the gold dust on my passenger seat was just dirt catching the light the wrong way. But every time I washed my hands, the memory came back. The feeling of a finger tracing letters into my skin, the pressure, the urgency, the terror. Don't let Uncle Dale find. The message had ended unfinished for a reason, because the warning wasn't over. 1. The mark 3 days later, I woke up with my palm burning. Not metaphorically, physically burning. I stumbled to the bathroom and turned on the light. My hand was red, swollen, the skin irritated like it had been scalded, and there etched faintly beneath the surface were lines. Letters, not written in ink. Scarred. Return what was taken. I stared until my vision blurred. No, I whispered. I threw it away. I ended it. The letters pulsed once, warm as embers, then faded. I called in sick to work. I didn't trust myself behind the wheel, not after what had happened the last time I drove too tired, too late, too alone. By noon, I'd convinced myself it was stress. By sunset, the knocking started. The woman at the door, she stood on my porch just after dusk, mid-50s. Weathered face, gray streaks in dark hair pulled back tight. She wore a denim jacket and boots caked in red Nevada dust. She didn't introduce herself. She just said, "You met her, didn't you?" My blood ran cold. Who? The gold child. I shut the door halfway. You need to leave. She slid her boot into the gap. Her name was Layla, she said. She died 17 years ago. The world tilted. She was 8 when Dale buried her alive in a mine shaft near that rest stop. The woman continued. after her parents tried to cut him out of the claim. My mouth went dry. I saw her 3 nights ago. The woman nodded, like I'd confirmed something she already knew. She comes back when the gold moves, she said, when greed stirs it. I stepped back, letting her inside. 3. The curse of the veins. Her name was Marrow. Not Margaret, not Mary. Just Marrow. She said she'd been tracking stories for decades. Truckers who vanished, prospectors who went mad, relatives who murdered family over rumors of a hidden vein that never stayed buried. The land remembers, Marrow said, spreading old maps across my table. Gold isn't just metal out there. It's blood memory. She pointed to the hills near the rest stop. Every time someone takes from that vein without paying the price, the dead wake up. I thought of Uncle Dale's grin, of Layla's eyes. What price? I asked. Marrow met my gaze. Balance. 4. Why she chose you. She doesn't come to just anyone, Marrow said. She comes to people who will finish what others started. I laughed bitterly. I didn't finish anything. I just survived. Marrow shook her head. You threw the gold back. That wasn't. It was, she said firmly. Most men would have handed it over, or kept it. Or run. She rolled up her sleeve. Her arm was crisscrossed with scars, names, dates, symbols etched deep into flesh. She came to me once, Marrow said quietly. I failed her. The room fell silent. What happened? I asked. Marrow's voice cracked. I gave the gold back to the wrong hands. 5. The vein is still bleeding. That night I dreamed of tunnels. Not dark ones, golden ones. Veins of light pulsed through stone walls like living arteries. Children's voices echoed softly, counting numbers I didn't understand. When I woke, dirt was under my fingernails. And the scar on my palm was back. This time, clearer. Not all of IT was returned. I sat up fast. What do you mean? I whispered to the empty room. The answer came in the form of sirens. 6. The news: 3 miners were found dead near an abandoned claim 50 miles north. Cause of death unclear. Witnesses reported a child wandering the site hours before the collapse. One survivor claimed he'd heard whispering in the walls. Marrow watched the news with grim satisfaction. She's waking more of them, she said. The gold's still moving. I turned to her. Then tell me how to stop it. She studied me for a long moment. By going back, she said. 7. Descent. We returned to the mine at night. The warning signs were gone. The hole where Dale had fallen was wider now, breathing cold air like a mouth. I don't like this, I muttered. Marrow handed me a flashlight and a small pouch. Inside was gold dust. What is that? I asked. Bait, she replied. We descended. The deeper we went, the warmer the air became. The walls glimmered faintly, veins glowing softly like moonlight trapped in stone. Then I heard footsteps. Small ones. Layla? I whispered. She stepped out of the wall like mist condensing into shape. Same dress, same hair, but her eyes glowed gold now. You came back, she said. I didn't finish it, I replied. I'm sorry. She studied me, then nodded. You didn't know, she said, but now you do. 8. The truth of golden vengeance. Gold remembers who touched it, Lila said as we walked. Every hand leaves a stain. She gestured, and the walls filled with shadows, men fighting, family screaming, children hiding while adults argued over claims and deeds. They killed for it, she said softly. So it kills for me. Marrow fell to her knees. I tried to stop it. I know, Leela said gently, but you chose fear. She turned to me. You chose me. The tunnel opened into a cavern filled with skeletal remains, dozens of them. This is where it ends, Lila said. How? I asked. She smiled sadly. With a living witness. 9. The choice, the gold needs a guardian, Leila said. Someone who won't take it. Won't sell it. Won't move it. My heart pounded. You're asking me to stay? Yes. Marrow grabbed my arm. You'll die down here. Eventually, Lila said. Everyone does. Silence stretched. I thought about my empty apartment. My meaningless job. The way my life had felt paused long before that rest stop. I'll do it, I said. Marrow's eyes filled with tears. You don't understand what you're giving up. I nodded. I do. Lila stepped forward and pressed her hand to my chest. The gold veins dimmed. The whispers stopped. Above-ground Marrow emerged alone at dawn. She told the authorities the mine had collapsed completely. No bodies found. No further disturbances reported. The deaths stopped. Disappearances ceased, and sometimes when the wind blows just right through the hills, travelers swear they see a man standing at the edge of the road, hand glowing faintly, watching the ground like a sentry. Epilogue. The hand that writes back, I don't feel hunger anymore. Or time. But I feel the gold. I feel when someone thinks about taking it. And when they do, I write warnings into the hands of the worthy. Don't let greed find you. Because vengeance is patient. And gold never forgets.